And this is how we think the future is going to look like when we start to think about how IoT is going to be introduced into our personal lives and into our working lives. How does his day look like going forward? Over breakfast, he receives a report from his health band that summarizes his sleep patterns, activity levels, and blood pressure levels. This technology is already there. We can already buy these. We can already see these in the shops. There's some interesting technology being introduced when you look at the looks of some of the crowdfunding sites monitoring sleep patterns, etc. It's already there. He has his breakfast, and he enters that into his health monitoring application and his smartphone. So the information is already being put out there that someone can actually look at it and analyze it. His health band vibrates at 7:30 to remind him to take his blood pressure medication. He's getting feedback, he's getting a reminder. His day moves on. As he leaves home at the metro, he uses his contactless payment card to pay for his journey. During his commute, he has a video call with his doctor for his monthly blood pressure review. Make the best use of our time. Information on usage automatically sent from sold products has generated recommendations to the software build team to minimize the risk of faults. And I think this is one of the more interesting areas where we're starting to see a lot of interest, is actually taking feedback from, on the manufacturing side, equipment in the field. He passes by a digital signage display, and that gives him some personalized recommendations from the retail side. It's one of the things that we see changing the environment in which we live, in which we work, is this notion of the third platform. And the third platform is mobility solutions, cloud solutions, big data and analytics solutions, and social solutions. So it's a combination of the mobility and the cloud and the analytics is when we start looking at things like predictive maintenance. It's the social environment when we start thinking about restaurant recommendations or hotel recommendations combined with the mobility and cloud. It's mashups of all of these three things. And this will now enable businesses to transform. And how they're going to transform is how they actually engage with their customers. We look at the social, the cloud, the big data, the mobile, it's growing close to 12%. So that is where the investment is going. They bring together cloud, they bring together analytics, and they bring together the social. Be aware that we need to secure everything. Innovation, and we'll talk around that in a moment. We also need the ecosystem, and again, we need that to be fully in place. If we've just got parts of it, we're not really going to see the real benefits come through. Standards is also a challenge. Again, I think one of the areas we're going into is the great thing about standards is we've got so many to pick from. And I think this is another case of where we are in terms of the IoT. We firmly believe that IoT will fundamentally change the way we live and work. It already has. But the change going forward is going to be dramatic. But it's going to require people to rethink the way they actually operate. And I think that's going to be one of the hardest things, because we like to sit in our environment where we know what's going on within our environment, and we like to control those processes. So really, I think the challenge is going to be more for those of us in senior levels with the grey hair, looking in on our organisation and thinking about how this technology will really, really impact us. So with that, thank you very much for your kind attention, and we'll be able to take some questions, I think, during the panel discussion after the break. So thank you very much.